Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here. It is episode number, let me check my fucking notes. It is episode number 287 of the Fret Talk podcast. This is like, I'm full disclaimer right at the start of this podcast. I am really fucking tired, so this is how it's going to go. I do apologise. It's 287 of the Fret Talk podcast. You're here with me, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, a.k.a. Budge, a.k.a. I don't know. I just... Yeah. You're also here with, oh my gosh, it is Josh.
Oh my gosh, I'm ill.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're both riding that train this week, aren't we?
Just a little, yeah.
I'm on about the fourth time around with this cold and it just ain't going away. But who is that I hear in the background who is being as quiet as a mouse? It is none other than... It's only Ollie bloody Miles of Ollie Miles Music.
Who is not ill. I'm the only one.
Indeed. Well, give it time. We're
sure you'll infect me.
Yeah, like it's going to be a computer virus maybe because we're on a stream at the moment. We're not all in the same room. That's not how. I mean, we're within kind of a distance. We could feasibly do this in one room.
Yeah, we're not a million miles from each other, are we?
No, we're not. We're all pretty much West Midlands based, which will be mentioned a little bit later on. When we circle back to last week's hot take. But gentlemen, we are here. It's the Fret Talk podcast. And as we usually do, we are going to start off by pontificating on our week's events. And I'm gonna start us off because why not? So this week, I've been talking about like the journey to the HSS guitar that I've been thinking I really should be playing an HSS guitar for my band because I think it will do all of the things that I want it to do. And if you're a Patreon member, you will know I've made some inquiries into something that I think would do the job. But my first ever Squire Strat, which is like a 2002 Squire Strat, big fatty fat headstock Affinity, which
headstock.
Yeah, get bent. It's the best one, and like it's the most functional as well because when you put in a capo on it, you've got loads of space. Whereas if you got those tiny little tiddly little headstocks, you're always like poking into the strings with the capo. Nah. Big fat stocks. Fat stocks make the rocking world go round. Yeah, like that one, Ollie, that one. It's not substantial enough. So I whipped out my my HSS Squire Strat this week, which like it's pretty decent. It's got like Tex-Mex single coils and it's got a DiMarzio something or other in the bridge, like a humbucker. I think it's a PAF Pro. Who knows? By this point, I know that it's a DiMarzio and I know that it kind of fits well with the single coils. It's not overpowered, so it balances quite well. And I had the idea that for the gig that I did like 2 days ago, I thought, I'll take this along as a backup and kind of just test drive it for a couple of songs and see how it goes. I ended up playing the entire set with it. So, yeah, like the Variax for once didn't get a say. It didn't even come out of the bag.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I think that's conclusive proof that I can do a gig with an HSS Strat.
I'm so proud.
It is. Yeah. I'm not going to be using that Squire Strat going forward. It's not got enough frets. It's 21 fret. And I do need 22. I just need the 22nd fret. But also, those pickups in combination altogether, it might be like the pickups with the wiring that I've got in it sound a little bit Like they're really thick sounding, but they don't cut through as much as the Variax single coils. So I was missing out on a few of the notes, like hearing a few of the notes that I was playing because it weren't quite cutting through the mix as well as the Variax. So the HSS guitar that I do eventually kind of settle on will have to have a little bit more kind of top end presence. But I think it is the way forward, and that is definitely the way that I'm going, because it's more convenient than having to charge a battery for a Variax. That's basically the thing that I'm trying to avoid. It's just one tiny little thing that I'm trying to avoid. And yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes on. But talking about guitars that are modded to our specifications, Ollie, you found yourself favouring a guitar quite similar yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, so I have a Strat which I bought when I was, where was I? I was about 14, maybe 15. And it's the first guitar I actually bought with my own money. And I think it cost me about 40 quid on eBay.
Nice.
At the time. And it's a guitar from like a Marshall amp pack. So, you used to get like the 30 watt, like MG.
Yeah.
With a cable and a strap and a guitar and everything. Yeah. And it was one of those. So it had like...
It's very much where the amp is the selling point.
Yeah, and the guitar's a piece of shit, yeah. Yeah. So I bought that guitar for like 30, 35, 40 quid, whatever it was. I bought it from Gloucester. I made my mum drive to Gloucester to pick it up. And yeah, I've had it for years. And I remember when I first got it, I swapped the bridge pickup out because it was HSS. So I swapped it out to a Seymour Duncan JB because I was obsessed with Green Day at the time. And obviously that's the move. And then over the years, it took a beating, the neck warped and stuff like that. And it sat in my guitar rack for years. And if you watch a lot of my videos where the guitar rack is visible, you will just see this very sad-looking Strat.
Yeah, the proper beater.
Yeah, because I set it on fire at some point in my mid-teens as well. So it's like all burnt. It's great. I love it. And then... I don't know, about 12 months ago, I was like, I'm going to start buying parts for this and just basically take everything off it apart from just leave the body. So I got a new neck. It's got a hip shot locking tuners. It's got a bare knuckle. I can't remember which one. I want to say it's a True Grit.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's got a bare knuckle True Grit. And that's it. So it's a single humbucker. The bridge is original. I think I might have redone the electronics and I've nicked a knob off one of my other guitars. And I have been gigging that for the last 8 months, something like that.
Shit, man.
I stopped taking the PRS out just because it started to get really worn and I don't want to risk it getting nicked anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you take the fucking 40 quid's essentially Argos guitar out. You're like, they'll give me money to steal this. Like, they'll feel sorry for me.
It's actually like, it's one of those things where if you scrapped it down and sold each part individually, you'd get more money than if you tried to sell it all together.
Yeah. It's got a built-in anti-theft device.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I've been gigging that because I said the PRS started getting worn and because it's signed and stuff, I don't want to, I like recording it and like that sort of stuff I'm happy to do. But for pub gigs and like crappy venues and stuff like that, I just don't want to take it.
Yeah, it's a risk
anymore,
it's a risk you're not it doesn't pay to take that risk.
No. And I feel much more confident throwing myself around on a stage with this guitar because to be fair, I didn't really care that much with the PRS. That's why it's so worn. But I throw myself around even more with this Strat because I'm like, if I fall over and it breaks, like it was a bunch of parts anyway.
Yeah, like if you like woe betide you fall on the neck and the neck breaks, well that's a bit of a bit of a pain, but I know I can go and get another replacement Fender neck.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty much the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, I could just like scavenge your parts and just do it again.
Yeah.
But it also, to be fair, as much as like I'm saying it's a piece of shit guitar, it sounds fucking great.
Yeah. I mean,
In fairness, if you put bare knuckle pickups in it, it's going to sound half decent.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? Like at the bottom line, if it's not a good enough instrument, no matter what you do to it, like you won't want to gig it because you don't get that kind of that response back from it.
Yeah, no, I'm having. It's just like playing. Yeah, it's just bringing an old guitar back to life. Like my first band photos and stuff. Like I was using that guitar, and like some of the first pictures of me ever gigging are with that guitar in one of its sort of iterations, and now it's back, and I've recorded most of an EP with it, and like. Yeah, it's back. And whereas before I was struggling to play basic songs on it, like I'm now recording properly to songs that are being played.
Shit, man,
by
that's like
people here, there, and everywhere.
Full circle. So, is this an EP that you're doing with Neptune Rain, or is this something different?
Yeah, so it's Neptune Rain. To be fair, I am recording other stuff as well, but Neptune Rain's like the main one at the moment.
Yeah, because you've been going with them for quite a while now, haven't you?
2 years? 2 years in May I started.
Shit, man, I remember when that was just becoming a thing.
Yeah, so I started talking to them in December it's December 2020. I replied to the ad.
Nice.
And then I was talking to them for the start of the year, and obviously COVID was still a massive thing.
Yeah, because you had to wait a good while before you could all get together in a rehearsal room, couldn't you?
Yeah, I had to wait like 6 months. Like I had so many like Zoom calls and stuff, and like 6 months later, I actually met them for the first time, and it was like I know you guys already.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've just finished recording the next EP, which we've been working on for ages. Just doing like some final edits on vocal takes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sent off, and I've just gone to town on some of the parts on it. And I think like you can actually tell that before, like the guitar parts are quite simple. And like they serve the song, whereas now they still serve the song, but they're a bit more interesting.
Yeah, you're pushing that envelope out a bit
fucking weird sounds on there as well.
Nice.
Which I had a great time making.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
When's this dropping? Have we got a date on it yet?
We're hoping, so it's not concrete. We're hoping the first single will come out in April, like mid-April. Cool. And we're hoping the EP will come out in July, but that's not gospel at the moment because we're just about to send the stuff off to be mixed, so it could still.
Yeah, like it's subject to change. Right, do us a favour, Josh. When that single does drop, plonk a link in the Fret Talk podcast group, because look, even if you're not necessarily a fan of that kind of music, which I'm not particularly, because it's a little bit modern for me. It's kind of like I don't know, like who would you say like the influences are? I was thinking kind of like male fronted Paramore-ish kind of sounds.
Yeah, it's got that like noughties emo
pop almost.
Yeah, it's comes from like the modern Bring Me the Horizon. There's influences from like Linkin Park and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It takes big influence from those like early noughties bands, but it's a bit more accessible.
Yeah.
And that's probably the best way I can describe it.
Yeah,
without using any like dumb metaphors.
There was a couple of things that popped up on my my personal Facebook over the last week, which was from Neptune Rain, and like the quality of the band is just so tight, and like the musicality is just so good. So like even if you aren't a fan of that particular genre, you will appreciate the musicianship that's going into it, and
it's great fun.
Giving a shout out to our boy as well.
Yeah, it's great fun, and like all of the. So the song that came out last year and all of this EP as well is like it's all been engineered by me. So all the recording process and all the editing has been done by me. So it's like there's like a production role in there. But so there's some like really weird, like some really cool atmospheric sounds. And my favorite sounds, in fact, the first track that's being sent off today, my favorite sounds in that, which is literally a Redbeard. Oh, what's the fuzz called?
Honey Badger.
Honey Badger. So it's a Redbeard Honey Badger, just set to like the most disgusting octave fuzz, straight into the interface.
Oh no!
So I was like layering guitars. I was like, I need something just utterly filthy. And I was sat with a singer, and he was trying to describe the tone. I was like, just give me a sec. And I was trying with like all these different amp combinations, and nothing works. I was like, I'm just going to plug it like. Just going to put it straight in, like turn off any simulator plugins or cabs and everything. Just EQ off a bunch of the top end. So it's just like a lot of mids.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, that's the one.
Fair.
That's a naughty pedal as it is. Doing
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love that pedal so much.
So
just
good.
Imagine how filthy that is, just plugging it straight in.
Yeah, I use it live as well. We have like a more chilled out song that goes into like a big rock ending. It's a bit more like a traditional vibe song, which I think we're planning on recording properly at some point later this year. And for the end of that, I stick on the Honey Badger for like when it goes from like the clean atmospheric stuff to big open chords. It's like, yeah, Honey Badger on, volume up, and just hit some big chords with the Honey Badger on. It's like, yeah,
It's what it's about. It's what it's about.
Yeah. Love it.
Right, Josh, what are we saying? What's been going on with you this week?
I was at the Carnival gig, which was like so many years in the waiting for me. Because last time I think they came around was like 2013, something like that. And I was only just kind of experimenting with dabbling in that sort of music.
Yeah.
And so I kind of missed the boat with that time, so to speak. So when these tickets came out, I was like, yep, I am definitely buying those. And it got postponed because of COVID and bits and pieces like that. And it then got postponed again.
Shit,
So
man.
I was kind of like, shit, is this gig actually going to happen? And it thankfully did. And I was quite lucky enough to meet the guys kind of in Digbeth before the gig, and I was chatting to them, and I was saying I did, tickets previously, blah 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 blah, as you do. And they were saying that if one of them kind of got COVID on the, and something happened to the tour, it was literally going to bankrupt them.
Yeah.
They'd invested that much time and money into it, and you kind of don't realise, especially because they come from Australia, how much more, I guess, financially demanding it is.
Oh yeah. Look, it must be massive costs, all in just even the lightest equipment halfway across the globe.
Yeah, it was mad, but they were really, really nice guys. The sound was just fucking colossal. Drew Goddard had two 5150s running in stereo.
Nice.
Yeah, he did.
And fuck me, Jesus Christ, it was loud. And I mean, like, properly loud.
Two 5150s in stereo, loud? No, you must be mistaken.
Definitely not.
I was stood at the barrier, and I couldn't hear the vocals or anything like that. All I could hear was just a wall of guitar tone. I mean, thankfully, it was a good tone, because if it was going to be shit, I would have been happy. So that was pretty good. I had the pleasure of having Richard Shaw from Cradle of Filth on Guitar Geeks.
Yes.
Which was a really nice, chilled interview stroke gear chat. Really nice guy. And as it turned out, he actually had seen me in my old tribute band, which I thought was a bit of a kind of like, you saw me, really?
Nice.
That was kind of like pretty cool.
Yeah.
People can go and check that if they want to. If they don't, then they don't. That's fine. and I had a video go live on pedalboards of Doom.
And pray tell, what is that video that's going live? Well, it's not live yet, is it? It'll be live by the time this is out.
Yeah, it's not live yet, but it will be, say, when this goes out. It's on the K-Line Nasty Bear fuzz.
Yes.
And much like the title, it is a nasty fuzz.
Yeah.
In all of the right ways.
Yeah.
When you get cheap fuzzes, sometimes they can just be really kind of brittle. I think is the right way to word it, and be very muddy.
Yeah, they're a one-trick pony usually. The cheaper fuzzies, and that's like the video that I've got the most flack on the No Talk Was Home series has been the Rowan fuzz pedal, which is based on like a ram's head muff, and because it's mainly because like the EQ on it is okay at about 1-2 o'clock, but anything below that and it is just like you say, just like woolly fluff, and then it gets thin and brittle and just it's not good, not a good tone. And I slated it for being like a reason to hate fuzz. And yeah, so many people come to its defense. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But the K-Line, like
Nasty Bear is. It's not too bad, actually. I must admit, I was thinking, okay, let's kind of get this over and done with, and I was pleasantly surprised with actually how versatile and good it was. It didn't really take long for me to get a really enjoyable, thick wall of sounding fuzz tone that I really like.
Yeah, I know we've said it time and time again, but I think it is worth repeating that though the G series drive pedals, especially the tone controls on them are really, really well dialed in.
Yeah, you get a real sense of the must have sat for a good amount of time and trying different settings and moving things around and different kind of frequency sweeps, and it's paid dividends really, because it does show in the pedal when it's actually kind of fully released, so to speak.
Yeah.
We both use fuzz in very different aspects. Like for me, it's very much that kind of really thick, heavy wall of kind of just all-out filth.
Yeah, yours is a very textural kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, whereas I think you're very what's the word? Very light in the use of fuzz, so to speak.
Yeah, I take my cues from the classic kind of uses of it. I mean,
people will be very surprised at actually how good it is.
Yeah, I happen to have done one myself on the Nasty Bear. In fact, actually, by the time this comes out, it might even be 2, because I've done the standard no talk or tone, which will kind of run parallel to your video as well, so you can like compare and contrast the tones that we get. Again, thought it was really good. The one criticism that I would have is that the sustain knob, which is basically your gain control, starts at lots of gain, and then it doesn't, like, the gain doesn't seem to get like massively different, but you get like more saturation almost as you push up the gain control.
Yeah, it's not. I guess the controls aren't as they don't act like you would suspect a normal typical fuzz.
Yeah,
especially kind of like with the tone and the sustain. But then once you get used to it, it's a doddle.
Yeah,
as they say.
But I don't know. So I think it's either going to be at the end of last week or towards the end of this week. I've done a no talk or tone versus as well, where I've done a face-off against that and the Rusty Fuzz by TC, which has been another absolute monster on my channel. So because I think it was one of our podcast listeners actually who follows my channel had made a comment on the Nasty Bear and went, I know he made a comment on the TC pedal and went, oh, like I've got a K line fuzz. I went, oh, I'm going to be doing a demo of one of them. He says, can you do the shootout on them? It's like, yeah, let's do it.
Giving the people what they want.
But that's it. I mean, it's not even been a month since the last Rusty Fuzz shootout that I've done. But if people want to see it, I'll shoot it out against anything because it's a wicked pedal. And Bimson, I will eventually give it you back because it's his. But just like be safe in the knowledge that it is being used and that people are asking for some more footage of it. So it will get
well and truly used and abused.
Yeah, that's it, and it'll get back to you eventually. What's more likely going to happen is it's going to get to a point where I'm just going to go, how much do I need to pay you for this not to be a problem anymore? So I don't know. We'll see anyway. So we've done a bit of that, and like I've been absolutely balls to the wall making videos this week because next week I'm on holiday. So the next podcast that you listen to will have been recorded on the same week as this one. And I'm just going to be editing like a beast for the rest of the week, just in preparation for me to have a week off. Oh, it's got to be well earned, I can tell you, boys. It's got to be well earned.
Everything this man does for you listeners.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm burning myself out, but I know that if I can make it to the end of the week, I'll be sat on the beach somewhere and like sipping cocktails and just being like, yes, it was all for this. Right, gentlemen, we have got a hot take to mention. We've got a particularly spicy hot take from last week to kind of round up, which is pertinent because it's all about the Brummy Boys, isn't it? Which, like, Dream Team,
full swing today.
Dream Team, like, did we plan this? No, but did it happen? No. The planets aligned, and all of us West Midland lads happened to be on the same week that. But like, without Birmingham, metal just wouldn't be as good. And the votes are in. 77% of the people agreed with that statement and said, yes, that is correct. And it's true. It is definitely true. As much as Matt Quine will try and convince you otherwise, and as much as Andrew Bimpson will say, if you mention Judas Priest, I'm voting the other way. It's true. So 77% of the people voted for that Birmingham is basically the home of metal, and yeah,
they are right.
Yeah. What was Matt's argument against?
Being Matt.
Yeah, he just wanted to be contrary. I don't know. Go into the podcast group and you can see his thought process. There was some sense behind it, but he failed to remember that Sabbath are from Birmingham and Sabbath riffs slap. So that's the way it works. Yeah. But we've got a pretty spicy hot take this week. And it's from our very own Josh. It's a hot take that I didn't necessarily think would be coming out from our Josh. But do you want to take us away? Yeah. Because you're all about this. Let's get into it and we can understand what we're talking about here.
So a down-tuned guitar doesn't necessarily mean you will have heavier riffs.
Yeah. The tuning of the guitar doesn't always equate to how heavy the music is, does it? And it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make the riffs instantly more heavy.
No, it can. Don't get me wrong, it can if it's used in the right context and if it's used well enough. But when you think of some of kind of like the doomiest, filthiest riffs, and most of them tend to come from Black Sabbath, funny enough, a lot of them are in E standard.
Yeah. So like some of the biggest, chunkiest, heaviest Sabbath stuff is just by the pure wall of noise.
I think of like some of like the heavy songs that I really just kind of, you listen to it and you're just like, oh, that's what I needed. And it's things like Symptom of the Universe and Black Sabbath and like Symphony of Destruction, which I think is a really dirty, heavy riff. You know, things like that are all in E standard. Master of Puppets, E standard, and that, you know,
Yeah.
doesn't
You
lower
don't.
tuning doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be heavier.
Yeah, you don't have to go low to go hard.
No, my favorite example of that is Silosis, which is Josh Middleton, who plays with Architects now. That's like his main thing and has been for years. Everything
Although
up
he
until
plays in C sharp standard now.
yeah, but all of Silosis up until the last album, all of that was in E standard, and I think the last album was only in D standard, which isn't exactly like low by today's standards.
No, like I'd say like E and E flat are kind of your standard, aren't they? Like a lot of like even a lot of the classic rock bands would go down to E standard for live use.
Yeah, you mean E flat?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, E flat. Yeah, go down to E flat standard. Yeah. So dropping it down in another semitone from there isn't really.
Yeah, like if you listen to literally any Silosis, and they are fucking disgusting in the best way possible.
Yeah, and I mean we've mentioned Sabbath, like the big dirty riffs, and just think of stuff like Dio, Holy Diver, like how just guttural is that, and that's E standard as well, isn't it? It might be an E flat. I'm not entirely sure.
I reckon it's probably recorded in E flat and then brought up in post. But yeah, the same principle is there.
Yeah, absolutely. And like one that always sticks in my mind, which is just a big, heavy, like foreboding riff, and not from a band who you'd think King Crimson, 21st Century Schizoid Man, is just an absolute, just a hammer of a riff. And it's like being doubled by horns, and it's all like in a standard tuning, but it's just this absolute driving monster riff.
Yeah, arrangement matters as much as anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And like looking at the guitar tone itself as well, because a lot of that Sabbath stuff owes itself to the fact that Sabbath were trying to get the heaviest sound just that they could possibly think of, and were just driving the shit out of amps. They were like running amps at full tilt and then slamming it with a treble booster in the front of it. Just going, yeah, we'll get there. So, right, we've pretty much est on the D of not down tuning your guitars here. We've got to think of a counter argument here to.
In fairness, like I guess I can counter it as well and say you know.
Yeah, give me some.
When you do down tune your guitar and you write a riff, like I guess you kind of have to cater the writing style for it, because you are kind of obviously playing with lower frequency ranges. So obviously the guitar is going to react completely differently, and an amp will react differently. So you kind of have to kind of cater the writing style to that. But when you can make it work, like bands, I guess like Spirit Box and Meshuggah, you know, that kind of go down to these drop F sharp sort of tunings
and lower.
Yeah, and lower. I mean, some of them are like drop E or something like that. And
I think Spirit Box, I think their lowest that I've heard of is double drop D.
They've got rotoscope, which is F sharp standard, but then they play with an octave on it to drop it down another 12 semitones.
Yeah,
by that,
but like
you're like stepping on the bassist's toes.
There's just no point in having a bassist at that point.
But it does, like the way that it's done, it just sound fucking criminally dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got an octave pedal on like full, like isn't it the octave down, and then he's playing like around the 12th fret, so it's like a textural thing that he's doing it for.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
I mean, if we think of like some genres where you absolutely must down tune to get that sound, stuff like kind of like Doom and like Stoner Doom and stuff like that.
Rammstein, a lot of their stuff can be like drop C and that sort of territory, and
Yeah.
there are just some that's their writing style, and then there's just some of the riffs and it just hits you like a sledgehammer to the face, and you're just like, oh, it's so naughtily heavy.
Yeah. So I think there's like we've got the balance of both sides of the coin now, haven't we?
Yeah. It's not needed, but it definitely helps sometimes.
Yeah, once again, I think Sabbath are going to save the day here, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think Sabbath are going to swoop in and just go, well, fuck you, symptom of the universe. It's just like Iron Man. Just Iron Man. It's just this big, nasty riff. And you're just like, yeah, that's...
The intro of War Pigs.
War Pigs in general is just big old chunky, isn't it? Big old chunky.
And Black Sabbath itself, the song, like...
Yeah.
That thing on its own.
Dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, bathe me in tone.
It is. It's like being kind of enveloped by a blanket of distortion. It's brilliant. But there we go. We're gonna leave this one up to our viewers, our listeners, not viewers, because look, we can see each other. This is only audio. You're not missing out on anything. We don't release this as like a YouTube thing. Maybe we should. That's it. It's not more effort for me. That does.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does.
I can tell you from experience, there's no point. But then again, you've got more subscribers than me, so what do I know?
Yeah. I've done not so bad actually. I've hit the 2K mark this week. That was quite a nice milestone. Thank you. But yeah, listeners, go into the Fret Talk podcast group. There will be a purposefully obtuse poll that you can listen to and get involved in. Listen to the podcast first. I mean, if you're here, you are listening to the podcast first. But make sure, like you,
smooth.
Yeah, you take the opinions on board and kind of formulate your own things going on. I'm sure you will. You're pretty good at that, and we could tell which people are like throwing comments into the group who haven't listened to the podcast yet. Oh, it's funny. It's funny. But yeah, so there we go. We've got some news. Last week we did mention that we'd talk about the Strymon Cloudburst and the EHX Slapback Echo. So we are going to take that as priority. First thing that was mentioned was the Strymon Cloudburst. What is it? What are we saying?
It's basically it's kind of not the Blue Sky. They've got the other one, which is just
the Night Sky. Is it?
No, not the Night Sky. The Night Sky is something different. But anyway, there's a Blue Sky. It's in the smaller enclosure with, I can't say it the way I said it on the podcast last week because it'll make more of a pain for editing, but with some extra sparkle.
It is, yeah. Very sparkly.
It's still, I think, a ridiculous price for what it is.
Yeah.
So basically, you're getting, rather than getting multiple algorithms within a box, you're getting a smaller box and you're getting one algorithm with multiple parameters for this. So it's like a fully editable algorithm, but you get one basically. You get this one Cloudburst.
Yeah, although it is MIDI controllable though.
It is
as well.
Big whoop.
But because there's less of it, because it is only the one algorithm, like you might have 128 presets available for it. How many are you gonna need?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest here, listener. I have not listened to the reviews of it. I've not listened to the sound examples because
Everyone's going nuts for it, but it's cool, but I can't see a practical use for it personally.
I watched a review on it, and I've listened to it myself as well, and I was just like, it just sounds like every other Strymon reverb that they've done, and
yeah,
also
and
like
they are good. Don't get me wrong. The
added sparkle, it's just a bit of shimmer, and I think you can probably make the same sound for less.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? Like, it's, what are we talking, 320 quid, was it?
I think it's about 279, 280.
Yeah, it's about 280, something like that.
Oh, okay, so like I read the article before it was released, and people were kind of estimating the price. Like, it's not a significant reduction from the original, like bigger box units. If it was
pick up a second-hand one, and you just pick up a second-hand big box unit and just get it all in one go.
Yeah, I mean, like, from the other side, if we are trying to be fair to this one, if like pedalboard real estate is a premium, then maybe you might want to go for this one. And if you only want that one sound, like if that is the perfect reverb for you, why are you paying for all of the other bits?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a Digitech Polara that's kind of got like the shimmer mode and stuff like that, and it does relatively the same thing.
Yeah.
Albeit it's not as good, but, it's... I mean, I don't think they make the Polara now, which kind of makes my point completely moot, but...
well, you say that.
Near enough the same sound.
You say that, but we might have a bit of news going a little bit further on.
That's Digitech, not...
It is, but...
the brand you're thinking of.
Yes, but they are linked, aren't they? They're linked. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were one company at one point. Anywho, so yay or nay for the Cloudburst?
I'm going yay as a studio tool.
Okay.
Do you use Logic out of curiosity?
Yes.
What, to make his decisions?
So you can make those exact same sounds with the stock reverbs you get in Logic.
I'm fully aware of that, but I think as a I want to mess with something physically, like sort of quick vibe, I wouldn't like go run to the shop tomorrow and buy one for that, but if someone offered me one, I probably wouldn't stick it on a board, but I'd keep it to a side just to go like, oh, that sound.
Yeah, having it in like a little like box of tricks.
Yeah,
that
in the same way that someone would have like an Ebo or something like that. It's like that can be achieved a million different ways and blah, 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 blah. But it's for that one moment where you think, oh, that's a cool idea. I'm just going to grab that thing that I know will do that instantly.
Yeah, because like when you've got the physical thing, your mind would go to that. Whereas if it's just a plugin in a list of hundreds and hundreds of plugins, it's easier to overlook it. Like if you're digging through a box of like crazy shit pedals and you go like,
yep,
there's the blue box, fucking get rid of that. Here's the Ebo, no, it's not that sound. Oh, the Strymon, yeah. This is the sound we're after.
Mm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a similar kind of feeling why I buy CDs instead of like downloading like the digital versions, because you get that kind of tangible thing where you're like flicking through CDs and you're like, oh, there's that thing. I want to listen to this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I do. And there's apparently a resurgence of CD buying recently. I read in an article, not entirely sure which publication did it, so it might be bullshit, but who knows? CD Buyers Weekly. I don't know. But there we are. So EHX Slapback Echo. This is an interesting one. So it's a reissue, like much along the same lines as the like the muff variants that they've been doing in the nano boxes. Because they originally did the Green Russian and then they did the op amp, and I think since then they've done the Violet as well. Is it Violet Ram's
I'm not
Head?
sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Anyway. So, they definitely did the triangle, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the
anyway.
first ones, I think.
Anywho, no, I think the Green Russian was the first one. Because they then ended up doing like the JHS modded ones as well. Anywho, so the EHX Slapback Echo was a pedal released in 1978. So it's quite an old, a vintage. And again, it was one of these like massive boxes. I think the old original Big Muffs that were in a box that was around the size of your head. Yeah, it's one of
Pretty
those.
big.
Yeah, and it just had like I think it had one knob and like a toggle switch on it for this massive box. But hey ho. So they've released this. And they've released it actually in something which is new for Electro Harmonics. I think they call it the Micro Series. Can't recall exactly, but it's the first mini pedal that Electro Harmonics have released, I believe. Because all the ones before that are in the nano boxes, which are basically normal boxes. So this one's
Oh yeah, this is proper small. It's like TC Electronic, like mini sized, isn't it?
yeah, like very similar to your kind of standard 1590A.
Yeah.
But slightly wider and a bit more substantial looking. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those. So the controls that you get on it are a little bit strange. There's a blend control which blends between like the echo, like full echo sound and then full dry sound, so you can get a mix of the wet versus the dry. And then there's a gain, which is there to set the volume, just in case you get any volume loss through like blending in lots of the affected signal, so you can like bump up your original signal. The time control, which quite important on a delay, you would have thought, is on a toggle switch, which allows you 45 milliseconds, 65 milliseconds, and 100 milliseconds. So there's no dialing in exact times, but they've preset these times too. Like these are the ones that we like. You've got a short, medium, and a long. Pretty cool.
Yep. Agreed.
What are our thoughts?
I have no thoughts either here or there, to be honest with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it like logically, it's another analog delay in a mini pedal format. You could go into any guitar shop, like any guitar shop that's local to you, and pick up a small boxed analog delay, which probably has got more features than this one, rather than having like a short, medium, and long time setting. You could have one with a time knob on it, so you could get infinite amounts of possibilities. However, this is like, it's harking back to some of the cool old stock of Electro Harmonic stuff. So
yeah, and I think a lot of what Electro Harmonics do with a lot of their smaller pedals serves like a specific purpose. It's not like the most versatile thing like you'd get from, something like a flashback mini or something like that, which is trying to cover all the ground known to man. This is like, this does this thing, which is for this purpose, and it does it pretty well, and it's going to cost you like 70, 80 quid.
Yeah.
And that's how Electro Harmonics have just sort of built their catalogue over the years. And I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. I think it'd be fun to play with.
Yeah, it's a tip of the hat to the old school, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're doing this. The fact that all of these like obscure Electro Harmonics pedals that have just kind of fallen into the cracks of time. They're going, you remember when we used to make this? It was a wicked pedal. Let's do it again. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, likewise.
Looking at the time, I reckon we've got one more in us. We've got one more. And that one more has got to be, it has to be a little bit of a leak that's happened on the internet. So, there's been talk of a reissue of a series of pedals that people lose their shit over.
A reissue of pedals out in the 2000s, man. That's going to
Not, yeah. Nice 90s, these are, aren't they? These
Bad boys.
So,
I mean,
this is pedal history happening here, isn't it? So Marshall have listened to us. We've got someone in on the Patreon team who are listening to us on how we need to fix Marshall's current business plan. They are releasing.
Is it a new alarm clock?
That's it. A double fridge, like a double stack fridge.
Wow, it's like an American fridge freezer.
Yeah, let's do that. No,
It's a
they've
full
got
stack.
so they're doing the black big box 90s Marshall, like the old made in England big box boys. So just as a recap for our listeners, the lineup from that series started off with the Blues Breaker. Then you've got the Governor. You've got the Drive Master and the Shred Master, I believe.
Yep.
Is that it? Is that the four?
I think so.
Then off five. I know that in the series afterwards they had the Jackhammer, but I think that was released in that one. So yeah, I'm gonna go
the
with
jackhammer was like the noughties, like the little silver.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was a jackhammer, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we'll go with that. So we've got the Governor, like the ones that you're talking, the ones that you're really talking are the Governor and the Blues Breaker, aren't they? Those are your top tier. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it was a 4 from what I can see here.
Cool.
We're not missing one. Just checked.
So Marshall are vehemently denying the fact that this is coming out. They're not, their lips are sealed, aren't they? By the time this podcast comes out, we'll probably hear a bit more. However, there have been clues. There have been clues, haven't there? First of all, Mr. Captain Anderton, Lee Anderton, put a post up on Facebook asking if anyone had a full series of the old big box Marshall pedals that he could
I wonder why.
borrow for a video that he was doing. And we're like, that's interesting. And then there's been word popping up in a few of these forums that are out and about on the internet. We're not going to name any names because we don't want to drop some people in it. But there's been talk about, and like little screenshots of like pictures.
Yeah.
Of rather pristine looking big box Marshall pedals. Like, whoa, that's a pretty well looked after original Marshall pedal, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, even the box is pristine. It's amazing how well they've been looked after.
Yeah, maybe there's like a place that had just had some like old stock that they had just out the back, and we forgot about these.
Yeah,
for 30 years.
What a good time it would be just to take a random photo of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know what's going to drive Instagram wild. It's going to be this.
Yeah, someone at Marshall just wetting themselves laughing at the moment.
Yeah. So what are we thinking, boys? What are we thinking of these pedals making a return to the scene?
I'm really not fussed, but that's me.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I've been looking for something. I've been using the Boss OD3 for ages, and it's kind of cool, but I want something with a bit more tweakability. So I find there's points where there's not enough bass, too much bass, not enough mids, too much. Like something I can tweak a bit more. I
Yeah.
think it might end up, if these get released, it might end up being one of those. It might be one of these series.
Yeah, because the Drive Master and the Shred Master, I know for sure, have got 3-band EQs, haven't they?
Yep.
Did the Governor have a 3-band on that?
I can't remember. I'm going to have a look quickly. So
Mr. Bimpson got one.
Mr. Bimson does have a Governor, yeah.
Governors think that looks like it's a 3-band as well.
Cool.
So it was just the Blues Breaker that was a 3-knob.
Yeah, just the volume, tone, and drive.
Mm.
I'll be honest. I've played enough pedals which purport to be Blues Breaker clones. I am still excited over that Blues Breaker. Like I think I'd probably buy one.
It's the Governor. The Governor's such a cool pedal.
Yeah. The Governator. That might be a slightly different thing. But yeah, like I'd be interested. I've heard clips of the Shred Master as well, and I think it's not as like super high gain shreddy as it purports to be. I think it might actually be quite a nice versatile drive pedal. But
yeah,
I'm very excited. I want to be hearing some more about this. Like I say,
yeah, I saw some rumours that they're going to be, because Marshall are at the guitar show, aren't they, in Brum?
Oh, hey. Oh.
When that happens, I'm not disclosing the time at which this has been recorded, but when the Birmingham Guitar Show happens, it's going to be, supposedly, according to the rumours, they're going to be there.
That would be the best. That would just be
and that may be where they're launching said pedals. And if they are, God help anyone trying to play those pedals, because the queue for it is going to be fucking horrendous.
Absolutely. I think I've got a little like GoPro cam thing up here, and I think that might be coming to the Brum Guitar Show, because I think we're gonna see some exclusives coming out. Like the past couple of guitar shows at Birmingham, it's not really been a show for announcements. It's been like, once things have been announced, oh yeah, you get to see that thing at the show.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see some pretty decent, some like hefty announcements this year.
I hope so. Really hope so.
Yeah, let's get some gravity to the guitar show in Birmingham, because after all, it is the home of metal. We've established that this podcast. And on that note, we are at about time, which is nice. Right, gentlemen, what we usually do here is we thank the listeners. We give an extra special, super sexy Patreon thanks to our Patreon backers, who are just really cool people. For as little as $2 a month, you can be one of those people. The Patreon backers are as follows. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimson of The Rising of the Lights. We have got Mr. Doug Christ, 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. We have got Mr. Huge Erection. My gosh, boys, that was lackluster. That was like,
it was a semi.
Nary a semi. That was flaccid as they come. Let's try that again. We have got Mr. Huge Erection.
Whee!
There we go. Give the Rection the love it deserves. Fuck's sake. I've lost my place now. Who have we got after Mr. Huge Erection? We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, of course. We've got Mr. Brian Gare of the Tone Jokes podcast, of the Second Button podcast, and of Off the Rails with the A-Train. And finally, we've got Mr. Ross Philpotts. Booyah.
Woo.
If you want to catch me online, I am BudgetPedalChap. You can find me Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube is, of course, the home to the No Talk All Tone series, which, I'll be honest, I can't even remember what's coming out this week because I've just done so much stuff.
The Nasty Bear Fuzz.
So much. Yeah, the Nasty Bear will definitely be out by the time this is. There's something else as well, but I can't think. Just watch it. It's a good crack. Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Corona Mortis on Instagram, the Guitar Geeks podcast, and you can also find me on YouTube at Josh Castle TCM.
That we can. And Mr. Ollie Miles, where can we find you?
I mean, if you want to find me, it's Ollie Miles Music, but I would highly recommend finding Neptune Rain, which is my band. And most handle on most things is We Are Neptune Rain, and we are on everything from, well, all the streaming sites: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, all of the ones that you would expect. So come and check us out and drop us a like or a follow if you like what you hear, because we got some new stuff coming soon.
Yeah, it's worth it just for the beard that Ollie Miles is cultivating. That is,
It's like the with the frequency that I see you guys, like it must just like jump in length.
Yeah, because the last time I saw you, it was like barely sprouting past the chin. Now this is getting. Mean, it's almost rivaling my fine self. So
it's taken me long enough.
Yeah, but it's a mighty fine beard. Right, gentlemen. From myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. From Mr. Ollie Miles or Ollie Miles Music. From, oh my gosh, it is Josh. It will be a tatty boy. Good night. Bye. I lost 25% of my roof last night. Oof.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah, that's a win.